you want me to mute myself?
Okay. Okay, so I think we're live. We're going to make sure that people are jumping on. Let me just get over here in the chat box. Let's see. It says that it's not live. Why does it say that? Do you see that over in the room where it says not live?
It says live on my screen. And no, you're not there. Hello?
Okay. Sorry, did I lose you?
Yeah, that's okay. No, it says live on my screen.
Okay. All right, I guess we're just going to go with it. Okay. All right, guys, thanks for being on tonight. Okay, good, we got 13 people on. Okay, so people are jumping on. Few announcements before we get started tonight. First of all, I am running a 3-day refresh challenge on June 6th. And it's a weird start date. It's a Saturday, but you see I'm leaving for Jamaica on Tuesday the 9th. So I want to do the 3-day refresh right before I leave. So if anybody's interested in doing it with me, it's the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3-day refresh. It's open to all Team Triceps coaches, open to all of your clients. I'll have people in it as well. And I'm giving away 4 $50 Visa gift cards for anybody that's in the group and participate. So if you want a little push to get results from the 3-day refresh, jump on and join us. The best way for coaches to get a 3-day refresh is to just get the refresh with the Shakeology. I think it's $45 with 3 packets of Shakeology. If you opt to get it without Shakeology, it's literally like $3 less. And you don't get 3 packets of Shakeology. So you might as well pay $3 extra and get the 3 packets of Shakeology. So if you want to join, just shoot me a message and I'll have that set up in the next week. And make sure that you're inviting your people. I am giving my prospects the date of May 29th to get the order in, so this Friday. End of month, so that's a great way to push people to buy the challenge pack, the 3-day refresh challenge pack. But you guys, we also have so many awesome specials. Max 30, Pio is on sale for $140, Body Beast is on sale for $140, Always On Demand is on sale. So tons of great options right now, you guys. So make sure that you are talking to people, you're getting out there, you're posting, and you are getting people on board before end of month. For those of you that are going to Summit, it's huge push to get Success Club points to get to that party. You definitely want to make it to that Summit party because there's going to be a lot of people there that you're going to want to be around. Celebrity trainers are there, and it's a free meal. So for any of you that are on a budget, when you're at Summit, you might as well get a free meal out of it. So make sure that you're hitting Success Club 10 at the very least this month, and then you've got to get Success Club 15 in June to qualify for that party. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Raina. So Raina is a friend of mine that I've met through Beachbody. And as you guys know, you see me having all these amazing friends and people that come into my life because of this business, not because they've joined the team, but it's really from events. It's really from getting to events and networking with people and finding people that you connect with. And Raina and I have always connected. We've always chatted. She's a rock star. She's ranked number 9 on the leaderboard. She's making a huge run for top 10 this year, which is a lot of work. As you guys have seen Carly go through that last year. Tons of work, tons of heart and soul, blood and tears and sweat put into your team to make top 10 happen. So we're all rooting for her. She is a 12-star diamond coach. She's a rock star, and she's really, really good at getting people started right. That's why she's on the path for top 10. That's why she's number 9. One of the things about hitting elite or hitting elite top 10 is helping your coaches get to Success Club. So elite is about not what you personally do, but about what you help your team do. And Raina is awesome at that. So that's why I've asked her to talk about how she gets her coaches started right, how she helps them discover their why, and how to make Success Club super important in their eyes, you know, to hit their goals. So I'm going to turn it over to her, and she's going to share some of her awesome wisdom and knowledge with us. And I know you guys are going to love it. So Raina, it's all yours. Take it over, girlfriend.
Yay, you made me nervous all over again. I was feeling good today, and then she's like, top 10, top 9, get coached. I'm like, oh, stress again. No. Thank you for having me. I'm really, really, really excited to get the opportunity to talk to you guys today about something that I was not always great at, but have become very great at, and that's onboarding and getting new coaches and getting them successful straight out of the gate. And so I'll give you a little bit of a background on me. I started in April 2013, so I've been a coach for just over 2 years. I rank advanced what I thought was very quickly. I rank advanced to emerald in 4 days and then diamond in 63 days. But then I was a diamond for 9 months until I hit 1 star in April 2014, and then I ended 2014 at 11 star. So I grew very quickly in that. In 2014, it kind of exploded. And the reason it exploded is because I was able to stop managing my coaches, and I was able to go back to the basics and start signing people up and really taking time to dig into those new people and get them started on the right track immediately, versus making them wait 60 days or, you know, however long a training would normally take. So I've developed some new techniques, and it may be what you do now, it may not be what you do now, but I encourage you just to kind of take what I say and use it however you want to, however it's going to benefit you the most. So I'll just jump right in. Signing up, obviously you've got your coach that's signed up. You want to, determine whether they're going to be a discount coach or not. Personally, I'm a pen and paper person, and so every single person that I sign up, I write their name, and I either put DC for discount coach, or I just leave it just their name. That way I can visualize and see who I've got as a discount coach and who's going to be treated like a challenger. And then I've got the people who are jumping in and want to work, the business side of things. And so determine if they're a discount coach or not. Discount coaches, and this is just personally for me, I don't add them to my team page. I know a lot of people do and have success with it, but I do not. But I do check in with them as if they were a challenger. So the discount coaches are the people that are on Shakeology, that are just doing it for the discount, that just need the extra accountability maybe that coaching brings. And they're people who may refer people to you and may, work the business or may not. Discount coaches, I treat just like a challenger. They're getting my weekly check-ins, things like that. Non-discount coaches, that's where we really want to focus. We really want to focus on the people who are wanting to move forward and wanting to make this business a six-figure business, or, whatever their goal may be with it. So before I sign someone up, in the conversation that I'm having with them, I am talking to them and building my relationship with them. I'm not going to, jump in and be like, great, you want to sign up? Here's the link to join as a coach and just be done. I am in it for the number, but I'm also in it to help them create a little bit of success in this business, or a lot of it, success in this business. So I want to dig in with them and want to really talk to them and help them determine what their why is as a coach. So one of the first things that I ask someone when they're like, hey, I saw you're a Beachbody coach, I'm just curious as to what you do. First thing I say to them is usually, oh my gosh, thanks for messaging me. What has you interested in coaching? I want to know what aspect of what I do interests them, whether it's the freedom or the workouts from home or being able to post selfies all day on Facebook, right? I want to know what part of coaching has drawn their interest, okay? From there, that'll kind of help you determine what their why is. Maybe they need the extra accountability. Maybe they need the extra income for their family. Maybe they need to lose weight and coaching is going to be the best option for them. For me, I know that I signed up for the accountability. I didn't sign up and I wasn't like balls to the wall initially at all either. Though I did hit Emerald in 4 days. I wasn't in that mindset as an all-in coach. I just wanted that extra accountability. And so really helping them determine their why is super important. Finding out, what their goals are, if they're wanting to replace an income, and helping them decide what type of coach they want to be, whether they want to be a discount coach or they want to be a hobby coach and just earn, enough to cover their Shakeology and help a few friends out, or if they want to be a business builder and actually build a 6-figure income. So I need to determine straight out of the gate what type of coach they are. I don't want to invest my time and energy into someone who doesn't really want to work the business. I'm not going to push Success Club on them. I'm not going to push, posting and all this stuff on them if they're not really wanting much out of the business. And so that's very important for me to determine straight out of the gate. I explain the opportunity to them step by step. I really, really, really encourage my coaches to answer and respond to a potential coach in like 2 sentences, not a big long paragraph word vomiting what they do as a coach. I feel like it's super important to keep your conversation short and to the point, along with building that relationship on the side, agreeing with them and emphasizing and things like that with them, but also making them ask you questions, just step by step and trying not to word vomit. Challenge packs always, of course, are a must. So this is all things I would cover before they started. Okay, so they've got the link, they've signed up, they're in, they're ready to go. First thing I do is I send them my new coach email. And I'm sure you guys have a new coach email. I'm sure Sarah's created one for you. If not, I'm sure she has. She has. Thumbs up. Yeah, I'm sure she's got one for you. So they get my new coach email. My new coach email has a bunch of different information. I'm going to go over what's in my email, which I'm sure is probably very similar to what's in yours. And then just the different things I coach them on and encourage them on. So first thing in my email is an image that has that image of decide what you want to be or decide the path you want to take, whether it's discount coach, hobby coach, or business builder. So that's the first thing they're going to see. And as soon as they see that, they're going to, in their mind, already decide what they want to do, whether they want to go all in and push for top 10, or they want to earn $1,000 a month or $1,000 a week, whatever their goal is, they've got it in their head. Okay. And it just allows me to see who I need to invest that time in. In every personal development book you read, that you're going to read, it always talks about how you need to invest in the top 20% of your team. And so that's what I'm trying to identify at this point with my new coach email. So also in the email, it has a link to join our team page. So at that point, they're prompted to click the link and join our team page on Facebook. There's a link to your coach online office. So I had created a video where I screen shared and I'm walking them through the coach online office, 10-minute video, I think. And I made that for my team, and I encourage you, if you don't have one already, go in and make one for yourself to share and use for your own coaches. Because it's really helped people a lot to have someone go through and walk through step by step what each tab is, and this is your website, and here's how you customize it and things like that. And so it kind of dumbs it down for people. It's terrible to say, but it does, and it helps a lot. It goes through your websites, how to customize your websites. It's prompting you to go through the Coach Training Academy, which is a huge step that new coaches need to go through. And then I have a link to my training webinar. Now, again, this is me personally, what our team does. You guys probably maybe still have training groups that you go through every month for your coaches. What we've done is actually replaced our training group. I found that a lot of my monthly training groups, my 30-day groups, my 21-day groups, 60-day groups, I was going through these groups with 30, 40, 50 people in them for my entire downline, and I'd have 2 make it all the way through, right? Does that sound familiar? You're at the end, you're okay, well, I have 2 successful coaches that made it out of 50 people. And I felt like that was happening because nobody could stick through that 30 or 60-day group. They were just falling asleep. And so what I did is I made, and again, if Sarah doesn't have one for you, go out and make it yourself because it's super easy to do. I made a training webinar. And so it's a 53-minute video, and I literally had a script that I read from, and I made little slides for it. And it goes through everything. It covers everything that a new coach goes through in training in 53 minutes. And I found that going through a 53-minute video versus a 30 or 60-day group allows for people to not have to necessarily wait for 30 or 60 days to jump into coaching. They're instead going into it an hour later. You know what I mean? Because they've got all the tools that they need to be successful right then and there. So that's personally what I've done. as they're going through the new coach training or that new coach training webinar, at the very end, I give them my phone number and I tell them to text me and let me know that they're done. That tells me that they watched the entire video, and at that point, I got a name and I know who is going to be in and working this business. It very quickly filters out the hobby coaches and the business builders, because you know that a hobby coach is probably not going to sit through a 53-minute video of you talking and slideshows. But the business builder coaches, it's going to draw attention, it's going to keep them engaged, and they're going to go through the 53-minute video. I would have, at least. So that's what our team has done. So they watch it, they text me, and all the basics are covered, from the benefits of signing up your spouse, to Success Club, to Emerald Rank, to Summit, to Super Saturdays, to the Success Club trips. Everything that you would cover in a Coach Basics group is in that training webinar. So once I got a text from them, I saved their number because I'm like, yay, they're gonna be in, they're gonna go. Then I set up a game plan. So most of my coaches, I work with them, my personally sponsored coaches, we work one-on-one versus in the group setting. So they've got the training webinar down, we set up a game plan. First of all, I make sure that they know that Shakeology is a must. They have got to be on Shakeology Home Direct every single month. One, because they want to hit Success Club, and the only way to hit Success Club is from being on Shakeology Home Direct. Two, they need to be a product of the product. They cannot be, successfully talking about Shakeology and sharing about Shakeology and having a lot of customers on Shakeology when they're not really doing it themselves. And so I make sure that to reiterate the fact that it is an investment and it's a commitment. And being on Shakeology Home Direct, it proves to me and themselves that, this is something that they're invested in, something they're going to stick with. So Shakeology is a must. I encourage them. Social media scares a ton of people, okay? Especially if they're not used to posting or all they ever post about are their children, So I encourage them and let them know that I am the social media queen, and I will help them with ideas on what to post. We actually did a group for our team, and it's called, what's it called? You can actually probably join it because I think it's a public group. It's called I Don't Know What to Post Solution Group. And you're more than welcome to join it. Nope, we kind of are here and there joining it, but more Beachbody coaches the merrier. I made like a layout, so it was an example of like Monday through Friday, like what to post for 5 posts. And I did that for it covered an entire week. And so all of the coaches joined that. And it gave them examples of what to post every day in the morning, snack time, lunch, afternoon, and then evening. And it really gave them a good idea of what their Facebook should look like versus just workout pictures or corporate, P90X3 is on sale now, things that we do not want new coaches to post about. And so it really helped them. I encourage you guys, if you have time or if you want to do that, that's a really good idea to post for your team or a group to make for your team, to give them a better idea of what to post, because that's where most coaches lack, I think, is the social media department, knowing what to post and how to share and how to make attractive photos. You know what I mean? You have to post those eye-catching, engaging pictures. And so that's where a lot of coaches need help, I think. I'm reading from a list too, so don't judge me. Schedule their power hour. So I make sure they have in their calendar, in their phone, I'm like, okay, get out your phone. What time 5 days a week works for you to fit in an hour of Beachbody? And I make them put that in their phone. Okay, this sets them up for success. It allows them to fit it into their schedule when they can, whether they're working full time or a busy mom of 8 kids or whatever the case may be. Sarah, I know, because she shared with our team today, fit in this diagram of how much time it actually takes to run the business and then how much leftover time you have. And I was like, mind blown, that's amazing. And so everybody has that hour a day to fit in their power hour. And if they don't, it's because they're making an excuse to not do it, which means they don't get your 20% of time, right? We want to invest in those that are actually going to put in the time to work this business. So make sure they schedule a power hour. And then I have them do a lot of stuff on our game plan. Maybe that's why they're like, okay, I'm done. I'm as successful. So then I have them write down 10 people that they know that they think would benefit. Straight out the gate. So we've scheduled their power hour. And then I want you to right now write down 10 people and send me a screenshot of it, whether it's a note in your phone, on paper, whatever the case may be. We are going to write down those 10 people, and then I want you to tell me when this week would be a good time for you to message them, whether they work or whatever. It's your mom, whoever it is. We are going to fit in those 10 people in this first week, and you are going to reach out to all 10 of them. So we'd schedule that, and that would be done. Normally, for every 10 people you talk to, at least one of them is going to be in. So with that person in and their spouse signed up, that's already got them at Success Club 4. Maybe another person wants Shakeology Home Direct only, or another challenge pack, and then it's locked in Success Club for them for the first month. Success Club in that first month, especially with success starters now, is so important. So, and I make sure that they know that. And we go over success starters also in our training webinar. And so they know the value of hitting Success Club at that point. They know that it's an important task and an important thing to do. And especially if they're one of those all-in coaches, those business builder coaches, they're going to want to do it every month. So they've locked in for that success. They've locked in Success Club for that first month. They've gotten a taste of commissions. They've gotten a taste of what this business has to offer. At that point, they should be hooked. Okay, they should be. At that point, what I would do is set up a getting started right call with them. So only after they've done the training, they've gone through the webinar, they've made sure they're on Shakeology Home Direct, they're posting on social media, they've scheduled a power hour, and they've reached out to 10 people, then I do my getting started right call with them. At that point, the getting started right call is basically just going to be a recap for them. So we basically just discuss what their goals are going forward and what we need to do to get there. So in my getting started right calls, I'm covering the benefits of a challenge group and how to set one up. We also have videos on our YouTube channel about that, the importance of setting up a challenge group and how to do it and creating the event and things like that. And so that's kind of walking them through it as well. But we go over challenge groups. And so those 10 people that they've reached out to, they've also invited to that challenge group. They've set a date for 3 to 4 weeks out that they're able to invite every single person they talk to. We cover posting, obviously. We cover posting more during, the social media part of things before that, but I reiterate the fact that they need to be posting 3 to 5 times a day, at least. I don't care if you work full-time. I don't care if I had somebody that works in a prison who can't legally take their phone in, and I'm like, that's new. But I know you can post at like breakfast and dinner and bedtime, and that's 3 times, right? So you can fit it in. Again, if they're not fitting it in or they're saying they can't, it's them making an excuse to not do it, and they're not going to get your 20%. Posting challenge groups, Success Club, right? That's where the money is. That's where the rank advancement is. That's where the real growth in this business comes from. And so that's why I focus so much on it with these new coaches. And anyone that signs up is going to get it jammed into their face how important Success Club is. If they're wanting to make that $1,000 a week, Success Club. If they're wanting to rank advance to Diamond, Success Club. If they're wanting to go to Summit with the free paid ticket, Success Club. They want to go to Cancun, Success Club. All of these things that are the fun, exciting things about this business are tied around Success Club. Okay, so as a new coach, obviously Success Club 5 needs to be your goal every single month. What I do is, so after they've written down the 10 people and we've done the getting started right call, I do private message threads on Facebook for my Success Club earners. So most of my new coaches, after signing up their spouse, are at least Success Club 2, right? And so they're added into my Success Club 1-2 group. So I add in my coaches who are at Success Club 1 to 2 into that private messaging thread. And in that thread, I am giving them tips. I am giving them examples that I see from other coaches that I've screenshot on my phone. Checking in with them, saying, how's everybody going? Let's share some ideas on how you hit your first 2 points or something like that. And I do the same for my coaches who are at 3 to 4 points. And then once they hit Success Club 5, I take them out. Now, Anita Myron shared how she posts like scary pictures and stuff in her group. So I started doing that, and people are actually like wanting to get out of the group and hit Success Club to get out of it. So sharing things like that, that's just engaging them, like clown pictures and weird stuff like that, has been something that I've tried too. But it's really helped to have them separated in Success Club 1 and 2 and Success Club 3 and 4. So I can be like, okay, 3 and 4 is you only need 1 more person. So let's name 5 people that you think would benefit from this, from a challenge group or from coaching, and let's reach out to them today. Because it's a numbers game. The more people we talk to, the more people are going to, the higher number of people we're going to actually have that commit to it. And so the more people we talk to, the higher our success rate. And so every single day I'm in that thread. They are probably so annoyed at me, but I'm telling you, it works. Just being able to check in and share ideas. And I have people over the weekend who did Memorial Day sales and promotions, and they're sharing it in the thread. And it's just a good way for them to stay accountable and get the motivation, that daily push that they need to hit Success Club. And that's been the biggest game changer for me, is having those private message threads, even versus a group. So the groups, you add people into a group, they get a notification, they don't pay attention to it, and they don't get the message for that day. These private text or private messaging threads, they're getting that notification, they have to read it, or it's got an icon that they have a message, so it's easier to actually get a hold of people and be in their face, which sounds so bad. I know that sounds terrible, but you have to. And gets them to pay attention, if that makes sense. And then I cover Emerald Rank. Again, benefits of signing up your spouse, so important. I make sure I cover that. Just the amount of income that you're building, by the time you get to Diamond and you're able to start building up your spouse's business, it's just double everything. So, and I make sure they know that. Accountability groups. There's a lot of coaches, and I still have this to this day, a lot of coaches who sign up, they're like gung-ho, maybe they hit Success Club in the first month, and the next month they're like gone, just like done, lost rank, like they're inactive now. I'm like, what happened? Like, you were doing so great. Those coaches most of the time are just lacking that accountability. They were either not checked in on enough, they weren't motivated enough, they just didn't see the bigger picture. And so we can somewhat help prevent that by helping give them the accountability that they need. Even when they're in those private message threads and they're getting the ding, 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 every 5 seconds, it's still not enough. So adding them into private groups like the Success Club groups and things like that are going to be great ways to help hold them accountable. We do coach challenge groups, like coach only challenge groups, like once every few months, that only coaches get into. They have to be in active status of at least 50 PV. They have to be doing a Beachbody program. And that way they're working out every single day. They're feeling the benefits of doing this business again. They're able to share it on social media. I'm giving social media tips in that group as well. And so it's helped pull a lot of inactive coaches back on board by doing those coach challenge groups. I don't know if you guys do them, but it's a really good and fun idea, because then everybody's sharing workout pictures all day and different things and sharing different post ideas and stuff like that. And so that's really all I have. I don't even know if that covered what you wanted me to talk about. I rambled a lot. But the biggest thing for me was just, and I honestly wasn't even a personal development person until this last year. Skipped it. It was like, I'm all good. I'm happy. I don't need personal development. But investing in, 15 minutes a day in my morning and reading a personal development book, not even necessarily Raina, you're awesome, one of those books, but business tips was really a game changer for me. I just finished Eat That Frog, and I was mind blown. It's been the topic of a lot of our conversations in our team page, because it was just mind blowing to me. And I'm reading Go for No now, where you're trying to get no's and no's and no's versus all these yeses. And I'm game changer. Just being able to mentally be all in the business has been amazing. And just being able to read and see that you're not alone. And, all kinds of people struggle with the same things that we struggle with. And we all get down. And we all need to check out of our computer for a day. It happens. We just have to stay consistent and keep going and do the best we can with those that are wanting to run with us. And that's it.
Awesome. Okay, so that's perfect. And honestly, you guys, I hope that you caught at the very beginning that she said, I wasn't always really good at this. So you're not going to be good when you start. You just have to start. You're not going to be great. Nobody was great when they started. And I love that you're reading Brian Tracy, because right now I'm listening to his No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline on audio. And I read a Brian Tracy book before, and he's pretty awesome. I'm loving it. So
that was a game changer for me.
Yeah.
That book alone. It's no.
Yeah, totally. So I'm going to give away a book to Rachel, I randomly picked Rachel on the call. If she's still on, we're going to give her a free copy of No Excuses by Brian Tracy. So thanks for being on, Rachel. You get to win. And before we go, I want to share one thing with you guys, what Raina was saying that I said on her team call earlier today. So we all have the same 168 hours per week. Most of us work 40 hours in our full-time job. We have 56 hours of sleep, which is 8 hours per day. We have 15 hours of commuting, getting ready for work, or overtime hours. 7 hours of personal development, which is 1 hour a day. 14 hours of Beachbody time, which gives you 2 hours per day. And 6 hours of working out, which is 1 hour per day, 6 days per week. After you take all of that away, that still leaves you with 30 hours of free time. That free time you can spend with your family. You can spend doing yard work, house chores, errands, whatever, relaxing, reading a book, doing homework with your kids. You have the time. We all have the time to make this business work. If you can commit to 2 hours a day for your Beachbody business, you can absolutely get the activity in, get your coaches started right, all of this. I know I took a ton of notes, and I am excited to maybe do some stuff a little bit differently with getting coaches started right. So thank you so much, Raina. I don't think the chat box is working right now, which I'm pretty bummed about. So hopefully it works next time. But if anybody has any questions, I will send them your way.
Thank you. Yeah, and all my videos are on our YouTube channel if you just search Lux Republic. So you guys are more than welcome to dig in.
What is it? Lux Republic? It's L-U-X?
Luxe Republic.
Okay, awesome. Very good. Okay, girl, I'll let you go. I know you've had a super busy day. Thank you so much for being on. Thanks for being on tonight, you guys. Have a good night. We'll see you soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye.